And a very good morning to you. This is the Talk of the Town. Our guest this morning is a gentleman who is the Secretary General of JAF. We'll let him tell you what JAF is all about. It's nothing to do with oranges, and that's Jaffa, aren't they? Anyway, here he is, Yohan Lawrence on Talk of the Town.
Thank you
Good
for
morning,
good morning
Yohan.
to you and to everybody. Yeah, so unfortunately not Jaffa cakes or Jaffa oranges. No, JAF is the Joint Apparel Association Forum. So we are a trade body. We're the apex body for the industry. So we have in our membership all of the other trade associations in the industry. So we're kind of the one voice that speaks for the industry.
The one voice. It reminds me that one business of the so-called one-stop shop that the BOI was set up for, but it's now not the one-stop shop. It's many stops later, BOI. Anyway, that's a different story for another morning, perhaps, and for Newsline too. But Johan, tell me, this is one hell of an industry, if you want to put it that way. It brings us billions of dollars, employs hundreds of thousands. And do you think that the government appreciate your
So,
efforts?
yeah, I think they do to an extent. You're absolutely right. So from a scale perspective, we employ 350,000 people. We touch the lives of probably about 1 million people because our plants are all over the country. We are the single biggest merchandise export sector, 47% of exports. So yeah, we are, and we do. I think the government does. And we've seen a number of instances where the government has worked very closely with JAF and the other stakeholders to make sure that the industry can continue and can continue to employ, can continue to pay people, etc. So yeah, I think they do.
You employ all these people. Post-COVID, how much money have you brought into the country?
If we take last year, the industry was $5.6 billion, and there was a lot of chatter last year about our exporters bringing money in and are they converting and all of this sort of thing. And I'm glad to report that common sense and facts have prevailed. And the reality is that the industry does bring the money in and that the industry does convert the money as required. We do have a certain amount. We have about 45% that goes out for raw material purchases externally, but the balance stays within the country and is converted by us and by the dollar-based suppliers who we use in Sri Lanka, because we have a large dollar-based supply base in Sri Lanka. The BOI companies who came to it and set up shop in terms of bringing support to the industry. It's not a very easy one to find because you kind of have to follow the chain all the way through. But yeah, we can safely say that we bring all the money in and around 55% is converted, and that's what we've always been saying, and I think that's now been proved to be the case. So yeah, that was a distraction we didn't need, but glad that we've now gotten ourselves past it.
Excellent. What are the challenges you are facing? It's not all rosy, is it?
No, it's not. It's not rosy at all, unfortunately. Maybe if it was, I would be in a job. So sometimes that's part of why we're here. I think our biggest challenges, so we have external ones and internal ones. Our biggest external challenge right now is a fall in demand. Our major markets are the USA, Europe, and the UK. And all of these three markets have been in decline for a number of months now. So we're seeing a reduction in demand. We're also seeing a situation where Sri Lanka doesn't have the best trading terms compared to our competitors. So if you take the USA, the EU and the UK, for example, countries like Bangladesh have unrestricted market access. We have restricted market access under our GST Plus scheme, which means that they can do better than us on price. We also have some internal challenges sometimes with all of the things that happen here, VAT challenges. We have all sorts of things that go on and keep us busy through the day and night, trying to keep the wheels turning.
With the contracting economy, with so many challenges that have befallen us, the people here in Sri Lanka, what would you say to a youthful new entrant into the apparel industry? Is it something that they should be considering or leave it well
No, I
alone?
would consider it very strongly, and I'd consider it strongly because it's an industry which over the years widened in what it offers to employees and also to our customers. So, 20 years ago, all we were was just making garments and there was no value addition. Today, whether you're an innovator or you're a product person, there's product development, there's design.